Hello, my name is Ashani, and I am glad to have this opportunity to present to you how you can use the golden ratio in photography. So what is the golden ratio? It is actually a really fascinating and powerful number, approximately equal to 1.618. It is expressed through the Greek letter phi, and can also be shown by its formula 1 plus root 5 divided by 2. It has many different names. It is called the golden section, the golden mean, the golden number, divine proportion, divine section, and golden proportion. Let's take a step back and look at the history of this number. How did it all begin? Who discovered the golden ratio? It began with Pythagoras, a Greek philosopher and mathematician. You might know of him because of his discovery of the Pythagoras theorem. He believed that beauty was associated with the ratio of small integers. The Egyptians thought that the golden ratio was sacred and was very important in their religion, and used the golden ratio when building temples and places for the dead. To understand the golden ratio better, we need to first look at the Fibonacci series. This sequence was found by Leonardo Fibonacci, an Italian mathematician. This is the Fibonacci sequence. Beginning at 0 and 1, the next number is found by adding the previous two before it. So 0 plus 1 makes 1, 1 plus 1 makes 2, 2 plus 1 makes 3, 3 plus 2 makes 5, 5 plus 3 makes 8, and so on. So what does this have to do with the golden ratio? The ratio of two consecutive numbers approximately equals to 1.618, the golden ratio. If we divide 8 by 5, we get 1.6. If we divide 13 by 8, we get 1.625. The ratio gets closer and closer to 1.618 farther into the sequence. The golden spiral is one aspect of photography that I will explain in detail further on. It is built from squares in the ratio of Fibonacci numbers. The spiral is then formed by beginning at the base in the 1-to-1 square and goes around while touching the exterior of all squares. Have you ever wondered why world-famous paintings are beautiful to us? What is it about them that makes us look twice? Can we explain something as abstract as beauty using something as tangible as math? There are world-famous paintings that artists have made years ago that people still find beautiful today. The golden ratio was used extensively in Renaissance art to achieve balance and beauty. Leonardo da Vinci, an Italian artist, used it in the famous Mona Lisa. You can see how the golden spiral fits into the picture. The first place you look at, the place where the eye attracts at first, is at the base of the spiral, which is at her nose. Leonardo da Vinci wanted the eyes and the nose to be the focal point of his painting, so he created the origin of the spiral there. It feels as though she is always looking at you. Then the viewer's eyes go around the photo while following the spiral. Here is another example, The Creation of Adam by Michelangelo, an Italian sculptor. The Creation of Adam is part of the Sistine Chapel in Vatican City. In this, the golden ratio appears at the point in which Adam's finger is touched by God, as God breathes life into Adam. It is where your eye first attracts and your eyes follow around the spiral, like this. We have talked about the presence of golden ratio in art, but it exists all around us. But where? In design, it appears in the logo of the world-famous company Apple. In nature, it appears in pine cones in the number of spirals and in the shape of shells. It also appears in architecture and other areas. Now let us talk about an application of the golden ratio. Photography. Our brain has to process everything our eyes see. The quicker it can process something, the more pleasing it is. Any image with the golden ratio is processed faster by the brain, so it sends a signal that such an image is aesthetically pleasing. It is said that humans are naturally drawn to the ratio due to the perfect division of space that is pleasing to the eye, which is perfect for photography. There are two ways to use the golden ratio, the phi grid or the golden spiral. This is the phi grid, and this is the golden spiral. The phi grid is divided into thirds which are not equal to each other. We all take photos in our day-to-day life, some of us less and some of us more. So what is a good quality photograph? It is when the photograph allows the viewer to be connected with the photographer and sees his point of view, and that can easily be done with the golden ratio. There are certain spots in photographs called as sweet spots. Sweet spots are particular spots of a photo that a photographer can manipulate. It attracts the viewer's attention and makes the photograph more pleasing. It makes it look more balanced and harmonious. The intersection of the grid lines are the sweet spots, so it is where the eye is naturally drawn to. So use those to align your image. Look at this famous photograph composed by Steve McCurry, an American photographer. He has most probably used the phi grid. Like the Mona Lisa, the photographer wanted the captivating and powerful eyes of the girl to be the focal point of the photograph. So he aligned the left eye along the right vertical line in the phi grid. The second element is the golden spiral. The golden spiral can be fit in 4 ways. All of the spiral origins are in the phi grid's sweet spots. The spiral does the job of letting your eyes flow around the image nicely. It can begin at the top left corner and go around like this, or begin at the left bottom corner and go around like this, or the top right corner and go around like that, or the bottom right corner and go around like that. This is a photo taken by Jake Garn, an American photographer. Once again, the photographer has placed the eye as the focal point of the photograph. The only rule in using the golden spiral is to place your desired focal point as close to the origin of the spiral as possible. This is another photograph that shows the golden spiral well. This photo shows a local resident throwing hot tea into the air as he bends backwards. In the negative 40 degrees Celsius weather, the tea freezes as soon as it is tossed. It was photographed by Michael H. Davies, a Canadian photographer. The origin of the spiral would be placed here and flow around the arc nicely. So I decided to put my findings to the test and take some of my own pictures. This is a photograph of my sister that was composed by me. I wanted my focal point to be her smile, so I tried to place her eyes at the corner of her mouth along this line. The eye would first attract here and then follow around the picture like this. This is another photo composed by me. Since it's not as close to the subject as like the previous one, I wanted to place the entire subject along the right vertical line. I aligned it so her head would end at the top of the horizontal line, which I wanted to be my focal point. Then the viewer would go around the photo like this. You do not need a professional camera to take golden ratio photographs. You can simply download these apps on your phone. Sensor Camera, Camera Pro, Golden Ratio app, and Golden Camera. They provide the grid and the spiral so that you can use them. All you have to do is 1. Download the app, 2. Open the app, 3. Place your subject's focal point at the intersection points, and 4. Take the photo. So that was the end of today's lesson. Hope that you learned something new about the golden ratio from this video. Now you too can take amazing pictures. Thank you.